Hey, what's up guys? It's ElasticSpyder here, and in today's video, we've got some North Carolina gameplay. Now, as many of you may know from my previous videos on the Montana, I do have the Montana, but recently I actually rebought the North Carolina because I had a lot of credits, and I said, why not? I remember the North Carolina being one of my favorite ships of all time, but I needed to sell it at the time for the Iowa. But I've rebought it, and we've put the Steven Seagal in here. So, yeah, we're preparing Steve for the Missouri, which I'm almost at. Another 225,000 more free XP. So hopefully some super containers and some free XP flags will do the trick, but regardless, we're going to be playing in the North Carolina today with Steven Seagal. So, you can see I've got this beautiful paint job on here, and this ship is fully upgraded. I do have a 10-point captain on Mr. Steve, so that is, of course, great. So I do have concealment, so getting that concealment down to 11.8 on a North Carolina is absolutely the most dirtiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Well, almost. But either way, this is I'm definitely top tier, so that's good for me. Poor T7 Ranger, but do have to be careful though. T7 Ranger that goes strike is still a potential threat, even for North Carolina, that does have some of the best AA for its tier, excuse me. So, we are playing on a very good map, Two Brothers. I do like the dynamic of Two Brothers, so playing it again is always nice. I'm never opposed to this map. First shots out on the Z23. Get 2 overpens and then a third one with the rear guns. Almost sneezed. I held it in. So, Z23 is smoking up, but he's charged way too quickly into this fight. And you know what I'm going to say to people that try and kill my friendly destroyers? Well, you're done. Enemy destroyer founded. Yes, Mr. Seagal. Unfortunately, our Z23 actually does take out our Tashkent, so it's, I guess, a good trade for trade. Got my AA going. Of course, I don't have... the only tier 3 perk I have is Superintendent, and then I've got Concealment Expert, so I'm not really even built for AA all that much. I do have the AA mod, but there's certainly things that I could do to make this AA better. But still, 4 planes, it's not too bad. I don't know why the carrier decided to pull his planes back, but that's okay. I actually managed to see a Sims get spotted right there. He was last spotted on the minimap, just to my left, and I managed to spot him in time for torpedoes that harmlessly go by my starboard side, I think. End up shooting the North Cal, and the planes are coming back. See if any citadels. No citadels, but 8,000. 3 fires from those bombers. Well, that's not fun. So I'm turning away. And there's a couple DDs here, so I'm not going to have anything to do with this. So, shut down 5 more planes. Not too bad. Make that 6, rather. And we're going to unleash another broadside on this North Cal. Of course, aiming a little bit lower than usual. The North Carolina Citadel is pretty much all underwater. And hello mama, 25,000. That is not bad. Sim still wants to play, though. For whatever reason, he thinks it's a great idea to play with Mr. Steven Seagal in his North Carolina. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's a bad idea, comrade. So, he's going to be pushing up, but will he be pushing up? I shoot anyway. Looks like he did turn, and then look at that, 13,000 to a destroyer, 5 overpens. Well, Take it away, secondaries. Alright, we have to get in range first. They're 5 km secondaries. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, horrible dispersion. But I hit one. I hit a secondary shell. So while my secondaries are attempting to take care of the Sims, the North Carolina's lost a lot of health from me and probably also that Nagato that's helping out. I decide that it's beneficial to just kill him outright. My secondaries will take way too long, and I actually do finish him off. Hopefully before he launched torpedoes. But just in case of that, I keep turning. I'm going to go between the big mountain and this small island. And maybe kill this North Cal. Nope. Will not kill the North Cal. The Nagato ends up killing him. So at this point, really don't want to go fight a destroyer. And I also noticed on the minimap, heading from C down the channel to B is an enemy cruiser. Potentially either the York or the Admiral Hipper, which I believe I'm looking at right there. Maybe not. But it ends up being the Hipper. Now, if this game looks familiar to some of you, yeah, it's because it is very familiar to some of you, because this came from my stream. I guess you could say it's a stream highlight, more of a stream commentary. So yeah, so this was streamed today on our YouTube channel, so if you do see that, you can watch it again. But anyways, so I'm trying to keep a wider route just in case this Hipper comes through, but he ends up turning away, so I'm just gonna keep pushing what is this, the C flank, or no, the D flank rather. Planes are going back for this Akatsuki. Hopefully he will be able to cap it before the bombers come and kill him, because he is certainly dead. That's a lot of bombs. He does manage to cap it literally like half a second before the bombs hit. So he dies, but at least we got the cap. We're getting some points back. Unfortunately, we are still down by 30 points, but that's not too big of a deal as long as our team manages to stick together and focus fire. We really shouldn't have all that big of problems. Hold my fire, because if you do notice, I'm not spotted. That is one thing that's great about the North Carolina when running concealment, is that you get it down to absurd concealment ranges, even by air too. You can see, what is it, 9.7 by air. This is cruiser-like detection. So this is pretty insane, and this is one of the reasons why you go with this build. Also, it doesn't work too well. It works well on the Iowa and the Montana, but it especially works well on the North Carolina. So I remember the first time I was going through the North Cal, I do remember this being extremely dirty. So I was just tapping M right there very quickly to see if this guy was moving forward or backing up or whatever he was doing. But I think it was beneficial for me to stay undetected. I don't want to be battle fighting a Nagato, although I could probably overmatch his armor. Maybe not. I don't know. But either way, I didn't want to go guns blazing just yet. I wanted my team to kind of burn him down a bit. But that actually didn't happen. I get spotted by those torpedo planes. And then I pop my plane, but those torpedo planes actually are running scared. Mexico showing broadside. Well, this should be great. One Citadel, was hoping for one more. Landing only 3 shells is a tad disappointing at 7 kilometers. Yeah, so would definitely have liked to had a few more. So I'm just going to sit here. This is a pretty strong position. Seeing that the Nagato can't really push up unless he wants to expose significant broadside. And, oh boy, wow, you seriously got my gun, Bismarck. So he has to turn around, and a bow in North Cal against a few other ships that are, are dependent more on their AP is good. But the one thing that is a problem for me is bombs, and you can see I am turning as fast as possible to try and limit the amount of damage that I take. But these are ranger bombs. I'm going to lose a good amount of health either way. And he sets me on fire. I just pop my heal, and then I pop my damage control party. 3 overpens on the hipper. Kind of surprised. I was hoping for more, and then I didn't see these torpedo bombers. Oh gosh. And then they're slow as all get-go. Like, oh my gosh, seriously. So I was hoping that they would hit my torpedo belt and not flood, which they end up not doing, so that's good. I was really kicking myself because I'm like, oh my gosh, are you serious? Like, I just repaired, now I'm going to flood out. So it looks like this Ranger's actually backing up, so I do a bit of a drag shot, I guess. But look at that dispersion. Some of those are amazing. The other few are not so hot. 15,000 to that Ranger. Going to continue backing up just to keep the island between me and all these ships. And free shots at the Ranger is certainly not a bad idea. Didn't realize how fast this Nagato was actually coming at me. I thought he would actually slow down. But I was greedy and I wanted to take out this Ranger. And then I saved my rear turret for the Nagato, but 2 bounces. And I'm in the shitter right now. I'm just, yeah. Come on, secondaries. Hopeful detonation would be nice. But looks like that's not happening. 10 seconds on the reload. Go forward to try and limit the amount of damage that I take. He's first 2 salvos. 6,000, and that's another 6,000. Managed to not get Citadel. That is the beauty of the North Cal. And oh my god, 40k. Confederate high caliber devastating strike, not bad. Double Citadel. 4 other penetrations. That's 3 rewards in less than a second. Yeah, I know. Either way, again, I remember saying this on stream. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna push the cap. Looking at the time. No, I wanna kill this Bismarck. No, I'm gonna push the cap. No, I should probably kill this Bismarck. No, I should probably put. It's just the indecision here on my part. Probably cost us at least partially the game, because this Byron ended up having to ram the Bismarck, whereas maybe I could have killed him, or at least done significant damage. But either way, they will end up ramming each other, which is not a bad trade for the Byron, because that is a T6 killing a T8. So that's not bad, but it's still a 3v4. Make that a 2v4. Hipper showing broadside. And let's see if I can't get a Citadel. Pretty good dispersion, if you ask me. And yes, you ask and you shall receive. Another Citadel to add to the Citadel counter. New Mexico is charging. He sets a fire. It's only one, so I really don't want to repair it just yet. Good news, though, is that the Ranger is dead, so I don't have to worry about his planes coming at me. But I pop my spotter plane anyway, just in case for whatever reason. So, holding my fire. I know the Hipper is going to be coming out soon. I know he's pretty hurt, but unfortunately he slows down just enough right there to actually warrant a lot of my shots useless. But somehow 3 overpens managed to connect, but no significant damage inflicted. At this point, I start heading straight for the New Mexico, and hopefully we'll be able to take out this Hipper. Maybe if my guns reload in time. It looks like they won't. New Mexico shooting HE on me, and then yeah, well, of course no Citadels, but 21,000 is not bad. Can't really complain all that much. But the follow-up isn't as good. Secondaries are going ballistic. And at this point, I know that the Hipper is actually going to be coming out. So I actually plan on ramming. The time, or the score does not allow for anything else. But right as I was about to shoot the hipper, the game ends. So while it was a loss, it was still a great game nonetheless. 604,000 credits, 5,700 XP, 286 free experience, 203,000 damage I managed to rack up, 5 medals, Confederate, First Blood, Dreadnought, Devastating Strike, and High Caliber, 3 ships killed, 24 planes shot down, and 6 citadels. You can see, well, I did a lot on my team, and my team did not do a lot. 1856 base XP, top person on the team, and almost the top in the whole match. That Hatsu on the enemy team was very, very close to me. Damage distribution, 200,000 AP, and then a mere 3,000, 4,000 with secondary fires. So not too surprised there. 1.5 million damage tanked. And yeah. And then here's the credits and XP. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this was a loss, but I still think it was an exciting game, or at least I hope so. And again, North Cal, it's a great ship. So, and if you guys are at the North Cal, please let me know what you think of the ship, because I personally loved it. So, but without further ado, I'll see you guys later, and take it easy.